All right, Nick, let's talk about the Chicago Bears. This is one of the most exciting young teams in the NFL. With Justin Fields at the helm, this team is dynamic, and it looks like they can do anything if they just get the right pieces around him. And they've done that through the offseason, through the draft. And there's particularly one player through the draft that I think is going to add a lot of value to this Bears team. And I'm not the only one who thinks this, Nick. There is some reports through OTAs that this is going to be a big move the Bears have made.
Yeah, Miles, it looks like the Bears have found a potential draft steal and emerging talent, however you want to describe them. But before we get into that report, Chicago Bears fans got a question for you guys to answer in the comment section below. This one's going to be a hard one, believe me. Who is the greatest Bears pass rusher of all time? Obviously, there's a certain team in the mid-1980s that has a number of guys that could be on that list, but maybe there's some guys from a different era. So give us the greatest Bears pass rusher, in your opinion, in the comment section below. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of today's video to hear a word from our partner of today's video, and that, of course, is Neuro. Neuro's got a lot of great products to give you a fast and easy energy boost. We love to take their mints or their gums before the show. They give us the energy to get through this Bears content that we know you appreciate. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of today's video to learn more about Neuro and, most importantly, to get access to our special discount code. All right, Miles, what you got? What's the latest out of Chicago?
Yes, Nick, Chicago has been upgrading this team every which way that you can imagine. But the secondary is one that they have been upgrading through the draft a lot lately. You can go all the way back to last year with the addition of Jaquan Brisker. You have the addition of Kyler Gordon as well. But then this year in the draft, a rookie corner, Tyreke Stevenson from the Miami Hurricanes, second-round selection by the Bears, is really kind of turning some heads, and there's some interesting news about him in camp. And I'm going to read from it now. This is from over on Bears Wire, Nick. It says, rookie Tyreke Stevenson saw a good amount of starting reps at outside corner. According to Grote, Stevenson saw action on both sides during Wednesday's practice, where he faced some stiff competition from the Bears wide receivers, including DJ Moore and fellow rookie Tyler Scott. Last week, defensive coordinator Alan Williams confirmed Kyler Gordon will play exclusively in the slot this season. That means a starting job on the outside opposite Jalen Johnson is up for grabs. Stevenson is a favorite to win it over others like Kendall Vildor and Jalen Jones. So, Nick, I think this is pretty big news for the Bears. Rookie already coming in looking like he could potentially win that second outside corner slot starting role. I think it's going to be a really big addition because a guy like Tyreke Stevenson, he is very, very good at corner. He's pretty good size, 6 foot, 198 pounds, good speed, that 4.4 40, what you're looking at, a really good press type corner, very physical. He doesn't really get beat off the ball too much. So I think those are all skills that translate into the NFL very well. So I want to hear you, Nick. What are your thoughts on Tyreke Stevenson, and what do you think he adds to this Bears defense if he can win that starting role?
So I think the most important thing to understand is that Stevenson was a very good college corner, but he wasn't a spectacular college corner. Obviously, he was picked in the later part of the second round. He wasn't projected along like a Gonzalez out of Oregon in terms of how Emanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State as a guy who played at such an elite level in college. He was good, not great. But that being said, he had incredible physical tools. Miles, you hit on some of them. You brought up his size, 6 feet, 200 pounds, roughly, 40-yard dash. I'm just going to go through some of the numbers here from NFL.com. 4.4 40, 1.5 10-yard split, 38.5-inch vertical jump, 10.5 broad jump, 3-cone drill of 7.1, 20-yard shuttle, and 4.41. Basically, this guy is a stupendous athlete who was a really good college corner. And the first question whenever you see guys like this is, how does it translate when they get around to NFL talent, right? Because obviously there can be good players at the college level. They get surrounded by NFL players at mini camps and OTAs, and they're just not good enough at the game of football. They may have the physical tools, obviously Stevenson does, but they just maybe not as good. Maybe they're not as savvy. Maybe they're not as smart. And they just kind of peter out. They get buried behind the depth chart. They don't get really a lot of chances. They kind of don't start strong, and that kind of starts their career off on the real bad foot. The fact that Stevenson is getting a lot of reps with the one and making some with the ones, the first string, and is making some noise is a great sign that his physical tools combined with his game can and will translate into the next level. And that is the most important thing about mini camps and OTAs with these young guys. And look, we hear it all the time. We say this every video about mini camps and OTAs. There's always people in the comments that say, well, they're just in shorts. What does it matter? Look, starting strong matters. There's never been a guy who was turned out to be a superstar who sucked in mini camp and then really stunk in preseason and then somehow turn it around when the regular season started. That doesn't happen. Guys who are good in OTAs are good in mini camp, good in preseason, good in training camp, and then turn on to be good when the lights go on come September and the regular season kicks off. That's why it's important to be off to a strong start. You can build that momentum, and Stevenson is doing that. I'm looking forward to see how this kid develops, gets more repetition, gets more time with his defense. I think he's got all the physical tools we hit on them to become a starting corner. I think he wins this job because he's already off to such a strong start. All right, Miles, we would like to give a special thanks to our partner in today's video, Neuro.
That's right, Nick. And I want you to go with me on a journey really fast. I want you to imagine this. It's 4th and goal in the big game, Nick. Your team is relying on you to make the big time game winning play. I know you've been in this situation before, Nick. The stadium is roaring. The clock is ticking. The game is on the line. But if only in that moment you were able to have some Neuro Gum. Neuro Gum will help you stay concentrated, and it gives you a burst of energy without a nasty crash.
That's right, Miles. Neuro has thoughtfully curated ingredients and does endless lab testing, which means that you can reach the right state of mind safely and consistently. That's the most important part. It gives you a clean burst of energy and focus without the jitters of coffee or any of those other energy drinks.
That's right, Nick. And if you click our sponsor link in the description below, you can enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it.